Well, hello and welcome to Comfort Legacies Book Review with Faye Michelle. Today we are here with author Glow. So, Glow, tell us a little about yourself, who you are, and where you're from, and what's the name of your book?
My name is Glow, and I'm from Fort Lord Productions. Um, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised, and I have a bunch of books. I think it's like 17 or 18 now, but I have a bunch of books, and there are two characters. One is Dr. Chloe Cupcake, because when she grows up, she wants to become a doctor. And then I have Corey School Bus. When he grows up, he wants to own his own bus company.
His own
So
bus company.
So he
Oh,
has school buses, he has shuttle bus, he has some charter buses. But it's all happening in his imagination. So his
mhm.
owns all of these buses, and he like tell them what to do and stuff like that.
Okay. So it's a book series because you said it's only two characters.
It is. Well, I want to say yes but they're like learning books. So we have Dr. Clover Cupcake counts to 10, and then we have a Corey School Bus counts to 10, but they're different items and stuff like that. And then we
Okay.
have the same thing. It's like the same thing. Like Corey School Bus has shapes, no
Hmm.
colors, and then Dr. Clover Cupcake has her own color book too, like different colors, like teaching colors.
Okay, so but out of 17 books, those are the two main characters.
Yes.
Okay, so and then they do different activities,
Mm-hmm.
coloring books, shapes,
Mm-hmm.
alphabets, maybe.
Alphabets A to Z. Then we have an activity book that's 1 to 20. Corey,
Okay.
he has his own 1 to 20 items. There's a letter that the child can color, and then there's an item like A might be apple for Corey School Bus, and then you can write the uppercase A and the lowercase A in the book, and then there is one item, one letter for each letter of the alphabet. For Corey Schoolwoods, he has his A to Z, and then Dr. Flo Cupcake, she has her A to Z. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, Dr. Cupcake
Mhm.
and Corey's School Book. That's really cute. I do have one similar. Well, this is Gotta Have That Green Banana.
Aw, that's cute. Uh-huh.
That is by me and my grandson MJ, who you heard me talking to earlier. So he was supposed to be asleep, but that's what you said, right? Never know, you never know. But yes, so we also have an activity book. That's why I
Hmm.
was asking you about. So there are 17 books split between Corey and Cupcake.
Yes.
Dr. Cupcake and School Bus Corey. Okay, and they have different activities.
Hmm.
Okay, so how long have you been writing books and doing
Uh,
the activity books?
I started October 2019.
Really?
Hmm.
You've been very busy with 17 books.
Yeah, I have been. I'm kind of a workaholic slash perfectionist. So
Okay. All right. Do you work outside of being an author?
I am a school bus driver, but due to the pandemic, we had to stop. So I drove the school bus in our city for like 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I love doing that. So that's kind of where Corey School Bus came from, like
Mm-hmm.
teaching about school bus safety, that the bus drivers are friendly, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because I remember how often we used to jump up on the bus. No seat belts, turn around, just, pretty much we did everything except for walk down the path, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how those bus drivers do it. No, not the school bus drivers. Wow, but the kids are pretty much contained, pretty well behaved. We weren't that bad, I don't think. I don't think, but that's just my perspective, right? Okay, so 17, and So you self-publish,
Yes, I am.
and then you upload your books onto Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. So you're the first person that I can perhaps talk to this about then. Um, you use the KDP method.
I do.
Do you also use the Kindle's Unlimited?
I do not because, well, I try to use it for my ebooks, but the ebooks for me are tedious. And so when I tried to get, I actually tried to hire a person to do it for me without giving her my passwords and stuff like that. But
Oh,
it still ended up being me doing most of the work, I guess. So she formatted it in a way to where she thought it would be easy for me to load it. But I'm pretty good at loading my books. It's just the ebook part, the sizing and stuff like that. Because once you load it as an ebook, the cover on
yeah,
Amazon changes, the size and stuff changes. So that's the
right,
weird part for me. And I like to see things uniform, like going down with the books.
right.
And it was just weird. But I tried to answer your question. I'm sorry I went around. But to
No,
answer your
you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I tried to use it to load my ebooks, but it just became too tedious for me. Um, I like the
Okay.
paperback format. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I was asking about that, but I just thought about if you have activity books, they typically don't allow you, I think, to load
Hmm.
ebooks for activity books because the children have to write in them.
Hmm.
So
I
that
mean,
might. Hmm.
I guess they can print. I don't know. I'm not sure if they can print. I haven't tried to load my ebooks. I have a few like story books too that I tried to load, like my Count to 10 book, two Count to 10 books.
Uh,
They're like kind of storytelling ish.
okay.
So
Well, I might be able to help you with that.
okay,
So
okay.
I might be able to help you with that. I just know that I was wondering about that because of the activity part of the
Hmm.
book. I don't think that I uploaded my activity book to the ebook format, but I thought I read something about it, that it wasn't kind of allowed. And
Hmm.
so, it made sense because if it's an ebook and they can't actually just write or color, then that
Hmm.
kind of, it leads to some disappointment.
Right.
But like you said, if they can print them, then that's different. But I don't know if you can even print out of
Hmm.
KDP, so the unlimited. So that might have some bearing on it, but it has nothing to do with your formatting and how to do that. So I'm gonna have to help you with that. So that was my question about that. Did you know anything more about the KDP Unlimited since you
Hmm.
you self-published 17 books? So
Hmm.
how are the sales going for you?
They're going okay. Prior to the pandemic, I was doing well. Like I was, I had by me starting. Well, I kind of didn't know how to market it before the pandemic, but I got
Mhm.
involved with like PBS Kids and stuff in my local city, which is
Okay.
WKNO. And so I got involved with them and the character. I don't know how it is in other cities, but we have like one main character that represents PBS kids, I guess, in our city. And I reached out to her, so she got me connected with workshops and stuff in my local schools and stuff like that. So
Okay.
they were going pretty well, and then the pandemic started, and so everything had to be shut down as far as my workshops and stuff like that. So haven't been going so well, but I'm a part of a book tour that's coming up starting next month, and then I'm doing more interviews and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll pick up.
Oh,
Hopefully.
okay. Okay. Well, you were busy. You went from, we all had to do a little transitioning, so at least things will be opening up again, and you'll just jump right back in there. And you've
Hmm.
been making books. Have you made more books since the transition? I mean, since the pandemic, or have you just been um, utilizing the same books that you had already made? Did you make any during this pandemic time?
I have started working on two other ones, but during the pandemic, I actually tried to perfect the ones that I have
Okay.
because I want to make some changes, maybe word changes or images that were in the books. So I've been working on that more to like perfect them to my liking, I guess. And
Okay.
then I have two more books that I'm working on now that are new books, brand new books.
Okay. So do you do your own illustrations or do you source that out?
I sourced out the images of the characters, but the
Mhm.
rest of the images I do on my own in Publisher. Either I use some clip art and then or free images that you can like kind of Google online for free images, or I'll like make a image like my school buses. Um, Corey School Bus has buses. I can't remember how many buses he has now, but they're all made from like your basic images, like squares, rectangles, stuff like that.
Oh.
So that's how I created. But that's the look I wanted for my buses. So I created the images for those.
Okay, so the school bus is actually interactive as far as learning because
Mhm.
they're using the shapes
Mhm.
and stuff, so it's not necessarily the big yellow school bus.
Right.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so well that's so tell me, how did it feel to get that first book in your hand?
Wow, it was amazing because the first time I got a book, it was a sample. I can't remember how it's like labeled like a sample on it. So from
Mm-hmm.
then on,
Your
I was like,
proof,
right, my proof.
your
The
proof book.
first one I received, it was a proof, and I was like, from then on, I'm not gonna order the proof. I'll just put it up, and then order it, and then wait on it to come. And if changes happen, then so I'll make the changes. I just
You'll
didn't
just
like
make it.
that great proof thing on it. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Well, the proof, I don't really know why they actually send the proof like that, but I guess maybe it's to make a distinction for you because what I do is
Hmm.
because it's really, you're right, it's really not necessary to put them because if something is going to happen, you're going to change it anyway. But what
Hmm.
I like about the proofs is I get the proofs. This is Singing for Prunes.
Uh-huh.
So what I like about it is that it's the book that I refer to when the kids are around or they play with them, so I can kind of make sure that it kind of stand out. You know what I mean? As the proof, so they know to look for the proof books rather than get the new books that I sell. So they already know where's the one with the band, or sometimes, oh no, that if they know that it was a bad batch or something, they're like, no, those are the blurry ones. Oh, we don't need those with the band. So yeah, so
Hmm.
they're all about it. They know what the proofs are about. But I kind of sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. But
Hmm.
because it doesn't matter if you have to make the correction, you're gonna have to make the correction whether it's a proof or not. So
Hmm.
recently we just discovered there was a correction needing to be made, and I after I had ordered 25 books. So had they been proved, I mean, and I had a proof, that is a proof, and still, we overlooked it. So yeah, that can happen. It can happen. But that's the main thing. What do you think is the biggest challenge while writing your book
Um,
or self-publishing?
Self-publishing, you have to learn the business side of it. Um,
Mm,
that's the most challenging part. You have to learn the business side of it. Some people are not as business savvy. Some people don't want to have anything to do with that part of it. But when you self-publish, you have to learn the business side because if not, your book will just be sitting somewhere. I mean, whether it be at home or with your family and friends, because your family and friends will be like, okay, my cousin is a author and this is her book, but no sales are coming from that, or two or three
yes.
sales come from it. But the business side of it is the challenging part. But anybody can, if you want to learn it, you can learn it. You can learn the business side.
You can learn the business side. That's a good point. That's a really good point because it is very exciting to receive that book and to do the book and whatnot. But yeah, where does it go from there if you don't, market it before? Did you do any pre-selling or pre-marketing at all before
I
you got your books?
I did not. Some of them were published like around the same time. Because once I
Hmm.
got into doing the self publish and learning how to do it, um, I just pushed them out, like pumped them out, like back to back. Like I remember my brother shared a video of me like maybe a year ago when I received three of my books at once because that's how I sent them in through KDP. I like
Hmm.
and then I just sent them on and then I ordered my after copies and I just got three in the mail because I mean that's how they were pushed out.
Yes, yes. Okay. So you were just pushing out maybe a book every week for a
Right.
while. So just really getting them in there. And
Uh-huh.
so you have two children, right?
I do.
So did a lot of your motivation come from your children learning, or you just, I know you're a driver, so the bus part of it came from your experience as a driver, but did the children have anything to do with motivating you to do such a um, primary type learning aspect of your books?
Absolutely. Before I started publishing my books, I knew I wanted to do a character. So, a little girl that wants to be a doctor, because my daughter, her name is Chloe, and she wants to be a doctor. And
Okay.
we couldn't agree. Like, I couldn't find a character that I was like in love with. Like for her, I found one for my son. And with that character that we found for him, we can find all kind of like learning books, number books, colors, like
Hmm.
um everything. We can find everything before kindergarten, pre-K stuff. We can find all of that prior to him going to kindergarten or pre-K. But my daughter, I couldn't agree. There are books out there. Don't get me wrong. There are characters out there, but a lot of them had something to do with magic or I don't know. And I'm not, saying that there's anything wrong, but it's just the way I wanted to bring my kids up. So we had to find.
So okay,
Mhm.
so what you're saying is that you look for characters to build your stories around.
Uh, well, that's how I ended up with so many because I couldn't find a character
Mhm.
that if my child watched binge watched like a show, what would they learn in their binge? Would they learn numbers
Mhm.
and letters and magic or so that's what it
Yeah.
came down to. So I had to create a character for my daughter that I
Right.
agree. So if I wrote a series about Dr. Clove Cupcake, which I am a writer too, but if I wrote a series about Dr. Clove Cupcake, and she binge watched it, what would she learn? So basically, that's what it came down to. So I couldn't find anybody that I could completely agree with. I could completely leave her in front of the TV and watch, like if
Oh,
I go to clean up or something. So I created a character for her. So
okay.
this,
So do you have a book with you? Do you have one of your books with you? Also, there's the bus. Can we flip through that bus?
uh-huh. I have one that's called Meet the Buses. And it'll just teach kids how there are different types of buses.
That is so cute.
Thank you, thank you.
Aww.
And they all have
Oh,
names. Or
Faith and Fred. That is too cute.
thank you. My
Aww.
niece is my great no, my grandfather's name is Fred. So this a bus named after him. He passed away before I was born, but that's him. And then I have a niece, her name is Faith. So
Mm. Okay. And so you designed those through the
published.
publish.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. And let's see, Miss Chloe.
Oh, Dr. Chloe Cupcake, this is her. This is the first book I published. And so it was kind of plain, but
That's KDP. It's very glossy.
yeah, it is. And it's a new book, so
I'm surprised. I mean, I use gloss too, but it didn't seem to be quite as glossy.
it's
What
glossy.
size is that book?
This is a I cannot. I might
Because
have to.
it looks a little bit different. It looks a little bigger than the 8 by 10s. Yeah, I like that.
It's a 10 by something,
Okay,
I think.
okay. Dr. Chloe. Let's see what's inside. It's really cute. How many pages do you have on it?
The max. I mean, the minimum amount of pages. I'm not sure if it's like 20.
24,
I
20,
don't know.
24,
That's
24,
the
I think.
so
Uh,
it goes through the different numbers, and at the bottom it has a doctor bag to represent each number. So there's one, two, three, four. There are 8 doctor bags. There are 8
oh,
alcohol pads, and it says
gotcha.
so it goes one to 10. Have lollipops. Ooh,
Oh, so it's a counting book from 1 to 10 with the
yes,
doctor bags and the lollipops. That's cute because doctors used to give out lollipops. I don't know if they
right.
still are allowed to now, but that is nice.
Thank
Real,
you.
really very simple, nice for really good
Begin.
learning.
I want
Yeah,
beginner readers, not too much
yes,
boring.
that is awesome. And especially with the doctor bags too. I love
Mhm.
them. Oh, that is so nice. So you self-published 17 books within
Mhm.
a time. You do your own marketing. So you
Mhm.
said learning the business side of it is most important. And maybe that's something that a lot of people don't really concentrate on. And you learned that after, or you kind of knew that before you started?
Um, Before I started, I went to YouTube. And I do have a
Mm,
YouTube channel, but I went to YouTube and went with my research at the time. I mean, yeah, at the time, I could only find entrepreneurs that were selling lashes or bundles or boutique like clothes. So I watched those videos like because I couldn't find now there are more self-publishing um videos on there now on YouTube now. But at the time when I started doing my research, like how can I ship my books? Am I supposed to ship them? Am I
yeah.
supposed to allow Amazon to ship them? I could only find like lashes but I learned a
Mhm.
lot from those videos, and I kind of incorporate everything with my self publishing
Okay, so
business.
you saying you watched last videos and learned how to ship.
Mhm. Right,
Pretty
because they use printing label printers and stuff like
oh,
label
oh,
makers, stuff like that, weighing your items. Like this one
yeah.
lady, she sold like journals, and she only shipped them not first class, but she only, and it showed, they'll show you like the different ways, like priority or first class, and which way you should ship if your item weighs this and stuff like that. So I learned
Oh,
a lot of that marketing as far as business cards, thank you cards, wrapping the
yes.
stuff in. Like I'm wrapping my books in tissue paper, but they're wrapping lashes in tissue paper and stuff like that. So
Right,
I help them.
right.
They get like a little package with a business card, a thank you card, and 2 bookmarks with my books because
Oh, okay. Yes. Where do you get your bookmarks?
I make them on through Publisher again, but I make them
Oh,
on online and I print them through Office Depot.
oh, okay.
You can get
No,
them
go-
from Canva too. You can create them on Canva, and you can also print them through Canva too if you wanted to.
Okay. Okay. So have you ever done the like cardboard cutouts of your characters?
I haven't yet, but I want to soon.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure like how to go about doing it yet.
Okay.
But I'm planning. I would like to do that so I can take pictures with it with those.
Okay. Okay. Well, looks like you took some business savvy experiences from from other ways of, well, from other items, and turned them
Mhm.
around and used them as a publisher of
Mhm.
books. So that's, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer after the fact, but because I'm asking, like, why? Okay, wait a minute, why were you watching Lash videos or something?
Mhm.
But no, it really makes a lot of sense. It gives you a lot of ideas on what you can do and how you can market your product, or
Mhm.
get your swag is what it is. Your swag, your book swag and stuff. So
Mhm.
that's, you do learn a lot of things, packaging themselves and branding themselves.
Mhm.
So yeah, that is key. And
Mhm.
I big ups to you on that. Because I didn't really think. I mean, I think we all do it, but for you to put it that way, to say, look, they didn't have the videos that I needed in my genre or what I was doing. So
Mhm.
you took what YouTube could give you as far as how other people were marketing, just marketing their business, no matter what it was. So you
Mhm.
could learn how to market your business, even if it's a toenail clipper.
Right.
They wrapped it up and put their signature in there and said, thank you for buying it.
Mhm.
So rather than you just thinking, having your book set out on the table like I have here or something like that, and say, okay, well, they're going to wrap themselves or just wait for somebody to come and get them. Yeah. So
Right.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. That was very, very intuitive. So
Mhm.
great ups on that. So, well, looks like you have just so much going for you in self-publishing, where you just learned how to do it all on your own. I remember wanting to be an author, or write a book or something. And I never thought it would be children's book. I thought it would be something more on a personal level. But um, I just didn't have a clue as to how to
Mhm.
get started. I heard, oh, you can self-publish. Yeah, what does that really mean? And
Right.
what does that really entail? So,
Mhm.
and if you can't go and just walk me through it or what have you, but the pandemic has forced yourself into just staying busy,
Mhm.
learning something,
Mhm.
encouraging yourself, self-motivating.
Yeah.
For me, it has been just a great learning experience.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've learned so much. I don't know. It seems like it was just going in and going out, going in and going out, because I was just pouring so much in. I'm like, well, what are you going to do with that? I spent a week that I have crochet things that I have. I had dolls I was making for them. I'm just all over the place. But yeah, I can appreciate, allow God to just stop you.
Mhm.
Say, okay, just sit down, calm down, everybody, and
Right.
get to yourself. Get to yourself, and let's find out how you can be a blessing to yourself, and learn something, and go outside of yourself, think, and making the time for things that we necessarily wouldn't do, when, like, if you were driving the bus, or if I was
Mhm.
out, just saying, oh, it's a sunny day, so let's go for a walk, take the kids out, go for a stroll around the neighborhood. So it forced you to say, hey, I have all of this time, and I really need to do something with this time, you know.
Mhm.
And well, Glow, I have held you up. I don't know. There's so many things. I'm just going to have you come back, because I have
Okay.
so many more questions. And if there's anything that you could tell, because you're so experienced with 17 books under you, under your pen. So, is there anything that you can say to an author, or illustrator, or publisher, somebody that may be interested in becoming an author, and what's your best advice for them?
Just do it. Like, I know it's
Number
like,
one answer.
do it. I know it's hard. Like, reach out to somebody. Like, if you see an interview of somebody, like now, like we're doing an interview, or if you go on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, most of those people that are online are willing to help you. And if you run into that one person or two people that's not gonna help you, just try another person. Because that's how I started. I had a meeting with someone that I knew was a publisher. She has her own publishing company. and she gave me like 3 steps. So I wrote those 3 steps down, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Just do it. You
Mhm.
can reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to anybody that you watch on a regular basis on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, in a group or something. And I'm telling you, people are willing to help you if you just ask the question. They'll help you.
Okay, that's great advice. I agree with you. Um, they are so willing. They're so
Hmm.
willing. I find myself just saying, "Oh my God, I'm just so in love with this." In love with people. They are so giving and willing to help, and that's why I like to end every segment with that question: "What is it?" And that's one of the number one answers. Just do it. Just
Hmm.
do it. And so I'm of the mindset of, let me take you by your hand and help you do it too.
Hmm.
And that's what I want this platform to be about. Is if you, like I said, you need somebody to help you with the uploads or whatnot, that's what we're gonna do. So,
Okay.
so I just thank you for your time. I know it's early morning and we have daylight savings going on today, and that made us both an hour late. At least
Uh,
me. Didn't know that, and I'm so grateful for you, just coming and being a part of the show. And here comes my baby.
We have news. Good night.
well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the invite. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, and we'll definitely have you back. So, thank you all for listening and watching our video, and we will be back with you next time. Okay.